Welcome to the 17th episode of the Sketchbook Heroes.
17.
And today we're talking about art tools.
Toolies.
Toolies, like Robert loves to say. We're going to talk about tools. We're going to cover everything from sort of digital to traditional. What would sort of be the best, like...
beginner setup? Is that...
No, I would just say... Like, there's a lot of stuff out there right now, so even if you're a professional, there's, like, too much to choose from.
Yeah.
So should I choose, like, a Lenovo Crapbook or, like a Surface Pro Schmo laptop studio? And Wacom is not doing any better there. He's like, the Mobile Studio Pro. So, yeah, we're just going to try to sort of talk you guys through that and avoid the confusion. But first, let's take a trip down... Future Lane?
Future Lane? Yes. Future.
Sketchbook Heroes explode into action. Pow, 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 pow. Sketchbook Heroes! And that's usually what you hear in the beginning. Not as cool visually as it is when you listen to the podcast.
That was pretty lame, actually.
It was actually pretty lame. Let's redo that. Sketchbook Heroes explode into action. Let's go! Let's go! Are you ready? Load? No, let's just play the intro.
Away.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
So, dude,
Yes.
what's up with you?
Well, today I did a tattoo.
Alrighty, Robert.
Alright. No, I've been tattooing like crazy. It's been going very well. I am happy that it is, because then I can pay my bills. Today I was scolded by a elderly black gentleman.
Ooh, at work?
No, on the train.
Oh.
It was really weird. I'm assuming he had some sort of mental issue. But yeah, no, I noticed him looking at me really angrily when he came into the train station. And he went down the escalator and he really like almost twisted his head off, still looking at me, because I was doing like a little stretch because my back is sore.
Yeah, why would you do that, Robert?
I don't know.
In public! Stretching your back!
But anyways, and then the train came, so I went down and I had my, the plug-in headphones, plus your fly is open. And
dude, it's been open like so many times today, it just keeps going down. I've tried the fly trick, but it doesn't. Oh, that looks good on camera.
Still like a fly trick.
Yeah. No, but you're supposed to like zip it up and then sort of do something, but it still goes down.
Normally, you just zip it up, and that is the fly trick. Anyways, so I was listening to the headphones, music in my headphones, and with those plugs, I can't hear anything. So I just went into the train, and this guy was in front of me, and he just turns around and he's like screaming his face off into my face. So I assumed I did something to bother him. But as soon as I was taking out the headphone thing just to say what, he turned around and walked away. So I never...
Oh, you don't really know what he cursed you for.
I have no idea what it was. And he walked away so fast, I was like, oh, okay. So I was sitting the whole train ride in, half an hour, went to the shop, still thinking about it, did I have something in my face? Or did he, I don't know, was I too white for this black guy? Or what was, I don't know. It felt something wrong.
Robert is just racist.
No. I am totally the opposite, but I'm just wondering, guy, if you're listening, Why? Why did you scream at my face?
Maybe he's very upset by the last episode.
Yeah, I think
Josh,
so.
you didn't deliver.
Josh, what the fuck, man? We talked about this.
You were supposed to deliver.
You got all those up 10,000 followers, and what do you give us? Chicken scratch, as Elias would say. Chicken scratch.
Chicken scratch.
Never again, Josh. Never again.
You are not welcome in this studio ever.
Yeah, but you can still crash in my place, dude.
Yeah,
It's all right.
that's cool.
Yeah.
You were very nice.
So, what's new in your life, homie?
I'm gonna start a company. I guess in the US that would be like sort of an LLC. In Sweden that would be an aktiebolag.
AB.
AB, but I can't come up with a name.
So, what you gonna call it?
Ilias Drazilius.
Ooh!
Boom!
There you
Nailed
go.
it, yeah.
You just nailed it.
Yeah. Yes, I'm gonna start a company, like an actual now that I'm a big boy, I'm gonna actually start a serious company. Also, I've got some gigs lined up. Super excited about that.
Nice.
But
Always
I
good.
can't tell you shiznits, of course, because that's how it works. And there was something more. I just finished the job a while back as well. The one that was sort of urgent.
Yes.
Also very exciting. But yeah, I can't talk about any of it. So
That is
tons of fun stuff happening.
And we both have started our vague sketches.
Oh shit, yeah, we started the vague sketches, so that's going to be
just
awesome.
a couple of weeks too late, but we still did it. I was actually really happy to get going, like to actually do it, because I was 100% sure I'm not going to be able to do it. So I was sketching, because I did 2 sketches, one to the shop and one back from the shop in my sketchbook. So I had like the stands and idea sketched out, and then just recorded the process and started the sketch.
That was awesome though. It looked really nice, and I really love the sort of your take on the hand, like the magical hand, where I didn't do a great of a job. I just did something.
No, but I like
damn it.
yours too. Like yours was more of an actual prosthetic thing.
Yeah, and I was gonna redo it later, but then I never did.
Yeah. No, I wanted, like, because I'm still going to work on it. I punched in some colors today, and I fixed, like, the legs and stuff, because I wasn't happy with the anatomy. She looked a bit weird. But the thing is, so now I can actually reveal the idea, but she's going to be, like, really mangled, so she's going to be terribly scarred on her body.
But you went with the normal body type, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, you know, I struggled so much with that.
And in my sketchbook, she's actually, like, a really anorexic and dried out. So I'm going to go more towards that. But yes, I know that I did the whole stereotypical. I was going to comment on it, and no, I didn't comment on it. No, I didn't.
I went for a really dark skin, but you can't see it in the sketch. But that's the main idea.
Well, yours look like your normal sketches too.
I never said yours looked like your normal sketches, asshole.
So what do you mean?
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. And also, I want to say, everyone who's sort of joined this, damn, guys, your pieces have been awesome.
Kicking our asses.
Except Cerdito de Guinea, because he fucking teased me with his. He was like, oh yeah, I'm going to release a comic and everything before Ilias even does his first sketch. Also, he said, he drew little speech bubbles on his that said like, Sketchbook Heroes sucks. Because the prosthetic arm and leg, they were like little maggots. So he was just fucking taunting us with it. Damn it. Just because he can draw in like 2 seconds.
Just because somebody has time.
Exactly. Hobo.
Get a job, man.
Get a job. Get a haircut. He has like super short hair.
Yeah, shave your head.
Damn it. Shave your head, hobo. No, and then I want to like a special shout out to Ord Bilder. That is Ord Builder. Like Bilder. Like, he's taken it so far. Also, they sell awesome books at that place. I bought some. But the piece of vague that he's done is so fun. Like, he did like an initial sketch of a little owlish character, and then he bought like Super Sculpey and now he's making one
Oh,
in
no
super
way.
sculpey. And I
Fuck,
like
that's awesome.
the idea in the sketch, but the sculpey version is super cool. So check out Urd Bilder. One word.
So not builder as in
Not
building stuff.
No. It's like Bilder.
Builder.
And if your English sucks, damn you.
Learn how to spell, because we just did it for
And
you.
we just got a question in on the live stream, and it is
Something we will...
grab it. Yeah. No. It's about printing at home, and it's from Ingvild Fossheim. And the question is like, if you want to sort of print at home, what would be sort of a good printer to buy? And here, my friend, Ingvild, is sort of Google it.
Yeah.
Because it's very sort of a specific question.
What are you going to print?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly that. Like, what type of prints are you going to make? What kind of sort of printers can handle that? Because you sort of, like, I would say you want, like, the quality thicker sort of, like watercolor paper, like, like thicker sort
Yeah.
of.
the bigger, like 180 or 200
Yeah,
grit,
exactly.
like really thick.
And you want your printer to sort of be able to handle that.
Yeah, my printer can, but it doesn't always turn out good. Like,
Yeah.
So obviously, if I'm gonna do prints and sell them, I would go to a specialist and order prints.
Yeah, that's how I do it as well. But I think, like,
It's
if you
easier.
want to sort of control it more, I think it's definitely worth an investment.
Oh yeah.
Because then you don't have to sort of like send them requests, ask them a lot of stuff. Sure, your sort of options will be limited by buying a printer. But I think depending on size as well. The thing is, you probably won't be able to get something cheap that can print like A3s.
No.
Because that shit is costly, and especially if you want to sort of do more with it.
Plus all the colors and all that stuff.
And also calibration
Yeah.
is usually a bitch when it comes to sort of colors.
Oh, yeah.
Unless it's like super awesome and it works for you out of the box.
Yeah.
I've never had that sort of... It's always been something wrong. That I sort of have to do so much research that I sort of think it's worth just going to a place.
Yeah, and even now when I went to the place, the prints turned out a lot darker than they were on my computer screen.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, that was my bad. I should have done like a test run first, made them print a test, and then check that out. But no.
But no.
But yeah, should we jump into the thing before we get
should
more
jump
crazy
into the-
live questions?
No. We can answer them if there's something specific. But yes, let's jump into the tools section. Take a break.
Sketchbook Heroes!
And we're back. Okay, now we're going to talk tools, okay?
Oh, yeah. It's my birthday tomorrow.
I'm going to
when
use
you're
this
listening to
special...
this.
Hey, I'm going to use this special note. It's not your birthday tomorrow.
When they're listening to this,
Oh,
it is.
shit. No, I'm in Barcelona. Maybe I can't release because of Wi-Fi.
Oh, Barça!
But I will try to, like, cut this together. Or not cut it at all. And just post it today. And then have it timed on Thursday.
Nice.
Boom.
Smooth.
If that works. And... But...
Ass.
Yes, we're going to talk about butt ass. And also our tools. So, let's deep dive into the butts. New. Yes, okay. So, there are so many, like, sort of technical art tools out there. And there are so many fucking traditional art tools out there nowadays.
Yeah.
So, what would sort of be the best for you? So, I think sort of some questions to ask yourself is, like, what type of art do I want to produce? Because I think everyone that I know right now is into art. Yeah, you can hear the car as well, right?
What?
I don't even know what that was. It sounded like a car, right?
That's got to be like a supercar.
Supercar. I saw actually a supercar today.
You did?
He looked so fucking... Like, it was like a silver Batman car, pretty much.
No
I was
way.
like, what the fuck is that? At Joe's in the Juice.
Of course. Fucking stated plan.
Exactly. But then, to get back to the tools, everyone has, like, sort of, like, their base setup that they sort of love. But maybe your computer is sort of reaching death. like mine did in 2012, and I never bought a new one.
Same here.
And you're looking into investing, okay? So let's start with the computers or the fucking tablets. Let's just all put them in a bunch.
Yeah, let's do it all. Electronics.
Exactly. So your electronics are sort of being stupid, doing weird shit, and you're like, I'm just gonna like sort of punch this fucker in the face. And then you're like, oh, I'm gonna buy something new, and then you go online and you're like, Google, show me computer art, and then you're like, motherfucker, like just get like, you know, a million computers. And HP are like, our new computer is the best. And then you have like Lenovo and like, you can fold it like a motherfucker. Yeah. And you have a lot of like, it's MacBook Pro. No, it's Surface Pro. And you're like, no, it's iPad Pro. And it gets very confusing, very fast.
And it never ends.
And it never fucking ends, okay? There are some popular ones, and then there's a million of the other ones that are cheaper. And I know that a lot of people are looking into these really, 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 really cheap ones. Don't. They are also exactly that, garbage.
Yeah, it's like a tattoo.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah, Google that if you want, because it's very funny. But yeah, try to sort of invest in something like mid-range. And there are some pros and cons here as well, like sort of. But I think it all comes down to the way that you work, what type of work you're going to do, and sort of what are your needs as a beginner or like sort of a professional.
Or intermediate.
Yeah, exactly. Or sort of like you aren't working, but you sort of want to have that option. So I would say that you really need to look into the sort of like the mid-range like devices.
Yeah.
And for some things being more popular, like the Surface, the MacBooks, that's because they are slightly more mainstream. I wouldn't say they're better than some other things, but I think they're more sort of like they're out there. And we're not going to dive into like any super power computers that aren't mainstream right now. We're just going to talk about the things that are mainstream that most people sort of want.
Yeah.
Because just having a cool computer that is super powerful is okay if you're going to render stuff and you need it.
Yeah.
But most of us don't really fucking need all that power.
No.
And we just want something that sort of looks good and works good.
Yeah.
So we're going to dive into that. And some of the options out there are like Surfaces that I use, like Surface Pro. We have the MacBook Pro. We have iPads. And this is where they start to differ. This is no longer a computer. The iPads or tablets like it, like Samsung Notes and whatever, are still just that, tablets. They come with a very limited sort of functionality and applications.
That is the word, limited.
Limited. Whereas MacBook Pros and Surface Pros, no matter the number or model.
Oh, yeah. Or
sort of
Wacom Companions.
Or Wacom Companion.
Yeah.
Mobile Studio Pro, which it's called now.
Oh, it's the new...
yeah, it's the newest line.
I still haven't seen those.
They look exactly the same, just slightly more refined and better.
Okay.
So, and they come in two sizes as well. I think it's like a 13 and a 16 or something like that.
Nice. That's good.
And I would say, depending on the money you're going to spend, if you already have a tablet, you might not want to buy a device that is both, because the price on like a Surface, for example, I think it starts at like the ones worth buying I'm talking about now, start at about like, what is it, like $1,000 something.
Yeah. But that's a normal price.
Yeah, but it is a normal price. But I think that's where it's just like, you shouldn't buy anything cheaper.
No.
You sort of want the i5 processor with at least 250.
I would even say that's
gigabyte.
A pretty okay price.
No, I personally
for what
think,
you get. I mean,
yeah, because you get a drawing tablet and you get a full PC.
Yeah.
So for me, like $1,200 is fine. I think it's pretty like worth it, and I've used the Surface Pro 4.
Yeah.
Like, remember that I am someone that is like sort of the ambassador for this computer.
Also a tech geek.
But I am also a tech geek, and I am more about functionality, like towards what you do, rather than just like being like, oh, I love Apple or I love Windows. I love none of them. Like when they do stupid shit, I'm the one who gets angry.
And he does.
Yes. So I hate when Apple or Microsoft are doing stupid shit with their product. That I don't like. Oh, the iPad is even thinner. Like That was never the fucking problem. It
Exactly.
started off really small. Trust me.
So it breaks easier now.
Like, just
Great.
add more fucking battery to all of these things
Yeah.
and make it thicker for
There
all
you
I
go.
give a
Yeah.
care. Yeah. So
You've got kids, goddammit. They're going to
Exactly.
destroy it.
So what I'm saying is the Surface Pro is good for the artist that doesn't have a tablet but wants like a full PC, a PC that can handle like pretty sweet specs, but also is a bit tech savvy. Because if you're tech stupid, like I say, like my mom, for example, tech stupid,
like I am.
like any type of tech stupid person, like unless you have a tech savvy friend or boyfriend or girlfriend, the Surface Pro might prove sometimes in certain cases
A bit difficult.
Like if you can use a normal PC, you'll be fine. But when it comes to sort of like if you're not a bit geeky about sort of setting up an environment for yourself that is sort of good, you will always sort of be wanting. But as a PC and for art, like Illustrator, Photoshop, Illustrator works okay. Like I don't like the solutions that they've made, but you can make your own. But Photoshop is fucking gold. It even has like touch support. You swipe like with 3 fingers and you scrub your process. I've talked about this before. And it also has like you can rotate the screen. It's a bit choppy, but it's not like a deal breaker. It's not like unusable. Like it's just that the iPad does it better.
Nice.
But then if we would sort of jump to the iPad as a comparison that people make because they think that the Surface Pro is a tablet. The Surface Pro is a terrible tablet. I think I've said this before. Whereas the iPad is smoother in all things touch, but it comes with a limited range and like it's not limited. It has like billions of fucking apps.
Yeah.
But they're not Photoshop and Illustrator.
No.
There are though software in it that sort of can do some of what Photoshop can. And I think it's like Procreate. We've had them on.
Yeah.
We haven't really posted that episode yet because of editing problems. But I think Procreate is a very good app because it is the most advanced one. It has a recording feature, so you can have a playback of all the pieces that you make on it.
Which is amazing.
Which is amazing indeed. It has Dropbox support. It has Procreate file export, PSD import export. But the PSD import doesn't always work if you have like a bazillion layers that you like because the iPad has a limited like it can only handle like 5 layers with that resolution or something. So those things will sort of you have to keep that in mind. Yeah. And if you use a lot of weird things that it doesn't have, it won't work.
Yeah, okay.
But it does have support, and I've opened a couple of PSDs on it, and they work fine. And you can export your artwork as PSDs, like we said, and it does have like a live broadcasting thing, so you can talk and record while you're doing it. It shows like what colors you choose, what sort of the real time.
That's awesome.
So it's really good, but it's like I said, it's still sort of limited. But I think Nikolai Lokertsen, if you look him up, he uses the iPad Pro and the iPad Pencil all the time for everything.
Okay.
And he works with
also,
movies and he does like
My
tons of conceptual work for movies.
Yeah, my friend Art Norlén also. A lot of like simple, really cool concept stuff, but he also does professional conceptual design and stuff with Procreate and his iPad. So you can deliver pretty big files.
Yeah.
And he also does a lot of Illustrator things.
And the last gig that I did, I did in Procreate, and I delivered it. It was like 6,000 by 4,066 or something, 68. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, so it's pretty big, and you
she
can go
said.
bigger. What?
That's what she said. Oh no!
Robert went there. But then we have the Mobile Studio Pro from Wacom. That is their new flagship sort of thing. I've tried it just a little at work, And it comes in 2 sizes. I don't fucking remember which one I used. Was it small or big?
Was it same size as the companion?
I think, the smaller one is what you have.
So more the A4 type size.
Yeah, exactly. That is about
if
12.
You guys
are... 13 inches is pretty much A4, I think. Like, give or take some.
I guess. I don't know the inches.
Fuck it.
Metrics. People learn it.
Fuck it. And, like, they've outdone themselves, when it comes to sort of, like, the express keys on the side, the pen with the 8,000, sensitivity thingy-majigs. But it comes with a hefty price. It's, like, double the price of the... like, I don't know where it starts, but it's... Like, if you want guessing, the high-end one...
Probably, what is it, 2,000?
Yeah, and the battery life is not that, like, magical. It's okay.
I'm guessing the same as the old one.
The same as the old
like
one, I
6
think.
hours,
they
8
might
hours
claim
max.
more. I don't know. But the thing is, if you've used anything from Wacom, just expect this one to be just as awesome.
Yeah.
Okay?
Because they are.
They're, like... Wacom knows how to craft drawing tablets.
Yeah.
The only thing they don't know is how to make them small.
Yeah. But that's, we've talked about it many times.
Yeah, they're still better. Like, especially the 13 one, the new one, I think is better. But it's still not something I want to lug around, It's like the Surface Book, which is sort of the Surface Pro, but it's like... bigger, more powerful. Like the keyboard has a performance base. So when the screen, that is a tablet in itself, gets connected with that, like it's a full PC, whatever you do with it, but you can use the screen just separately. But the thing is, it's too heavy. Like for me, that travels a lot and has like a lot of things. So that's why I love the Surface Pro 4. Because I think that little fucker you can just like throw in the bag. I've said this tons of times before. So yeah, Surface Book in all its glory, but I'm a Surface Pro 4 guy. Like that is like, it has the power, but is like the size of a fucking, nothing.
Yeah.
And I think it all comes down to like, I think the Surface Pro here has the worst pencil, but it's still good enough to make sort of full art for me. Like the Wacom sort of has, whatever the fuck Wacom delivers. It's like pretty good.
Yeah.
But my favorite, I must say, not precision-wise maybe, because that's still Wacom's thing, but I think the best one, though, is the Apple Pencil. Like, it's so fucking nice that it has, like, the tilt support that it has. The quick charging of it, like, just stick it at the bottom of your iPad and it sort of charges, like, 20 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever the fuck it is, gives you, like, another half hour.
Sweet.
And, like, just smart solutions like that. And it's like with Procreate, it has sort of a very sort of, like, I don't know, like, the drumstick grip that we talked about on the last episode.
Yeah.
Is super awesome when you're sort of painting and just holding it like this and painting on the iPad is the best feeling ever. If anyone's seen my Instagram at Elias Patlis or Sketchbook Heroes, you have seen me post a girl with a sort of owl outfit. Cowl, lol. Yeah, but she has like an owl outfit on. It's from our character design challenge. Her name is Vague, that a lot of you have created as well. And that is drawn with an iPad and the pen tilts sort of like the drumstick grip, and then, go in and add details. But it looks like fucking pencil.
You can almost smell the graphite.
No, but that's what I mean. And that's what I've been trying to sort of establish with it, like create with it, like try to do like a traditional look with digital medium. And just to sort of like, now we've talked about a couple of different ones. Like I said, even the worst one here is held up to a pretty high standard.
Yeah.
The only one I don't know that much about anymore is the sort of the... I was an Apple guy for years because I still like the OS. Like the operative system is awesome. But what I don't like about it is that I need the MacBook Pro and then I need a separate tablet. That for me is a deal breaker. Like I would never go back to that. Because
I actually enjoy it because I just bought myself an iMac this last week because I've been missing a proper computer. I've only had my Wacom Companion, which is a PC, but it's like if you want to just go online and surf stuff or search things, it takes ages. But
yeah, there's something wrong with the Wi-Fi there. I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. I think it is just my own Wi-Fi, because I've tried it on different nets, and some nets it's actually really good, but at home it just doesn't work. Plus, I've also just wanted to have my own stationary office at home. So I got that, and I brought out my old Wacom Intuos Pro tablet and started sketching with it. And I love it. Like, I've actually missed it. So, I just wanted to defend the tablet drawing as separate thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have my companion, so if I'm gonna do like the crazy detail stuff, I would probably switch over to that and then just move that over to the big computer if I need to finish the render or whatever.
Yeah.
But so now I'm gonna try to go back to drawing with the tablet, and but the good thing is now I can record the processes, which I couldn't do, or I didn't bother looking up how to record with the companion,
the mobile.
Yeah, I didn't find a program that was easy enough for me to use, because I am a novice when it comes to computer stuff. I don't know all the specs, and like even I have to think like, is it an iMac or what's it called? You know, I'm that type of guy, the old guy. But so now I can record again, do screen recordings, and post a lot of processes and all of this stuff. So stay tuned for that if you guys enjoy that stuff. But yeah, also here to defend the tablets. You know, it is okay to draw and not look at where you are drawing, or like where the pen is drawing. Like, I actually like looking at the screen and doing that.
Yeah, but what you're talking about here is sort of drawing stationary.
Yeah.
That is not a thing for me.
No.
Unless I'm at work. Then I have the exact same. You saw my setup.
Yeah,
you've seen my setup a million times. But I have a Intuos Pro 4, A4, Intuos 5, A4. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
I've had it since I started at the company.
So it's not the Pro? Isn't it the Intuos?
No, this is before it became Pro.
Oh, yeah.
So this is just Intuos 5.
Yeah,
it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah, that's right.
And I haven't changed since 2012. 12, yeah, 12. I started here 12. So yeah, I haven't changed since. Like, there is no... I've had a Cintiq 24 for a while. I've tried this 27. I don't want them. I just want what you said.
Yeah.
Like, I want it sort of like down, and then I want to look straight ahead. So I don't sort of get all these neck problems that people are suffering with.
Exactly.
And I think it's very ergonomical to work with that, where the Cintiqs are not.
Exactly.
They're just fucking like sitting
vulture style.
Yeah, exactly that. And let's not do that.
No. But yeah, no, I totally agree. Like, if you need a mobile office and you need to move around,
I was gonna
obviously
round them up now and just sort of like give our sort of like who should buy what.
Yeah.
And then you do what the fuck you want.
We didn't mention the Samsung that I use.
Oh yeah, the tablet.
Yeah.
But it's like there's probably a newer model of that now.
Yes.
That is probably way better.
But I mean, I still love that tablet. The only limit there is the programs, obviously.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any Android drawing apps that you can recommend, please recommend them. I'm using Sketchbook Pro. I love it, but it is very limited. You know, you can still export PSD files and all of this stuff, which is great, but it is very limited. I think the max amount of layers is 12, and it's a very low resolution. Yeah. So you can't like export really big stuff.
And I would say also leave your comments on sketchbookheroes.com or the Facebook page, but preferably on sketchbookheroes.com, because I think it's a good place to find the information. I'm gonna when I have more time, I'm gonna set up sort of so that you can find all these things on the actual on the site, and not sort of having to look for it in like comment fields or anything like that. But we'll get to that. I promise you that. So now let's round up all these computers that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
And the reason why I didn't sort of talk about the Samsung tablets and stuff like that is because I don't know which ones are good right now.
No, but I just wanted to mention that I have that and I use
exactly.
it. I did say
good.
that I am a novice. So
Yeah.
again, it was the first one that came out.
And the
first,
reason why I wouldn't
notebook.
recommend it is the same reason that you mentioned. It doesn't have enough app support.
No.
So I think it's, unfortunately, the feeling might be good, which is on
Amazing. I still love it.
But it's not a good option.
No.
Because it like you spend like 4,000 or 5,000 crowns and you can't use it with anything.
I think like back in the day that it was probably
more.
twice.
Well, yeah. But I mean, like they probably cost more depending on like size.
But I
and
could never
everything.
do professional work with it ever.
Yeah, and I think this is what we're aiming for, to be able to do like both your hobby stuff, but also be able to do your professional stuff.
Yes. No, it's good if you're if you want a notepad, like something an advanced notepad is what it is.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I agree. And the feeling on them is pretty nice.
Yeah. And it's super light, easy to carry with you. Also a little bit smaller than A4 size, so it fits everywhere pretty much. Yeah, totally love it.
This Ninja Cookie just logged in.
Ninja Cookie!
Ninja Cookie!
Yeah, bring us to Sweden. Let's tattoo that bitch. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you a bitch. I don't mean to call anybody
Anyone a bitch.
No,
Yeah.
I just do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, to summarize them bitches. Samurai. Okay, we'll start with the Mac Pro.
Yeah.
MacBook Pro. It's a good computer for anyone. A bit overpriced for what you get. You might need to buy a separate tablet. I would personally say love the OS. Too much, like too expensive if you don't already have a tablet.
Yeah.
And also hard drives, terrible space. Like you get nothing nowadays.
No.
You get like a handful of space and they're like, use the cloud and blah. Like the cloud is good. I don't disagree with it, but I still want a hard drive.
Yeah.
With more space and okay specs. So I personally wouldn't recommend anyone buying a MacBook.
No.
Like I think it's a good computer in the sense that you're paying for design.
Yeah. I've only had it when I got it from work.
Yeah.
That was the only reason to get it.
I've owned a couple. They were good. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they're extraordinary for art because no.
No. They're just a good, easy to use computer.
Yeah. But the two things that I would recommend though is either the Surface Pro, because you get the full PC / drawing tablet that can run Photoshop, any other application that you might need. Because remember, it's called Surface Pro. Everyone thinks it's a tablet, but it's not. So it has a lot of, like, the pen is good enough, at least for me, to do sort of professional work on it without limitation. Like, whatever I do on that one, I can do on a Wacom, you know, like, and vice versa. Like, there's no difference for me.
No.
The only thing is that the Wacom sort of feels the lightest pressure. And the Surface Pro is sort of a bit more heavy-handed, but not a problem. And other sort of pros for it is that it's super light. It's easy to carry along. And it's pretty powerful for like a fucking iPad-sized thingy. And I'm talking about this, like it's 12 inches or something like that, I think. And it's super good. I love it. And then we have the Mobile Studio. It's also like super cool. Works like you'd expect a Wacom product to work. Also a PC device. So if you're used to that, you get both a full PC that you can connect to a stationary,
Which is awesome.
And it sort of like flips to Cintiq mode. So
Exactly.
if it would become garbage over time, like the computer in it, you can still use it as a Cintiq. So that is a good option. But here again, PC and tablet in one. a bit of a brick, like better than previous versions, like the companions that they were called. Now they're called Mobile Studio Pro from Wacom. Still a piece of like it's sometimes a bit too heavy to lug around. Like the 13, I think, is a bit more manageable. But if you're going to lug around the 16-inch, like
where would you even put it?
Where would you put it? And it's like say bye-bye to your shoulder. And then we have the iPad Pro. I think that is my last recommendation. And it's awesome in the way that it's sort of very light. Even if you buy the 12.9 inch, expect it to weigh nothing.
Yeah, it was like,
you felt it.
I held it today, and it was crazy. It just felt like holding maybe 4 pieces of paper or something.
Exactly. It was like super light. And also the pen comes with some benefits. Like the pressure is like, it can feel the lightest sort of touch. And it also comes with tons of applications that are both sort of limited and some that are a bit more exclusive.
What is the battery life on one of those?
On the pencil or the whole tablet?
The tablet.
On my way to work today, like 38 minutes, I think I burned about 3%.
Okay.
Or like...
But it's also
let's say
new.
3 to 7%. And yeah, I the thing is, I don't play games on them. Like my Surface, I don't play games on it. I don't do anything but sort of like fix the podcast. Then it lasts forever. So and I draw on it, and they last.
So it's like if you would be.
It says 12 hours, but
playing a game on an iPhone, a new iPhone, like that type of battery life.
Trust me, depends on the game.
If 5 hours.
Depends.
5 or 6.
No. I think you could get like at least 6-7 hours of drawing. Okay. Like I don't think that's a problem. Like if especially if you sort of adapt the settings, you can fucking push that machine.
Yeah. You just go flight mode and
exactly. That's usually what I do. Yeah. I go flight mode and then I turn on the Bluetooth again to connect the pen.
Yeah.
But it's still sort of like it blocks everything. No connections in. You're good.
Nice. But yeah, then I think the pen is a negative. Like the pen is good,
but why is the pen a negative?
Because you need to charge it.
Oh no! But the thing is, like I said,
because that would piss me off.
No, but it wouldn't. Like everything needs to be. It's only Wacom that doesn't need charging, and Wacom just does fucking like suitcases of devices. Yeah. Like you need a suitcase to put that suitcase in. Like it's like a brick. Like why the fuck would I carry brickwork with me wherever I go? So they're doing the technology.
I like it.
Yeah, the thing is, it's not worth lugging that much around if you have other options.
No.
And I think this is what I like about all these things is the competitive market they make.
Yeah.
So this is forcing Wacom to wake the fuck up.
Make it thinner.
Hey,
make it
Julia.
light. Hey, Julia. Julia?
So, Julia Nudloff, she pops in every now and then.
Way to pop in, Julia.
When we do the live streams.
I love that, the little dubstep thing you did. Whoa. When we did the live stream.
I didn't even hear it. Because the thing is, I think it's important to have, like, because, like, for me, that carries around, like, gym clothes for these guns, and... No, but anything
they're cannons, man. They're not guns.
Exactly.
Kaboom!
I shoot guns from my cannons.
Yeah, that's right.
No, but... What the fuck, metaphors. But I think it's sort of like... I don't want I have a shoulder injury that I don't sort of want to put too much weight on. So when I can sort of keep down my weight and have both my tablet or like a computer and like a traditional sketchbook with some pens and it still feels light, I'm very happy, especially shoulder-wise.
Yeah.
And I think sort of a couple of things that fucked me up was like heavy gear, like computers. And sort of like one shoulder strap thing, you know?
Yeah.
So I think lighter is better, especially if you're like a petite artist. And it's easier to carry if you're going abroad as well.
Yeah, because I was going to bring that up. Because normally if I'm going somewhere with my companion, I normally have a destination. So I'm just going to go to this place and sit there and draw. So it's only a limited distance that I go. Mm-hmm. It's not me walking around the whole city for days
That's what I do.
Because then yes, I would see the problem.
Yeah.
I have a good backpack, so I think it would be nice, but I would be super sore and tired every day. So definitely see benefits with the Surface and
it's all
iPad.
And then remember, what type of art are you going to do? What sort of applications does your job or, art require? Those are things to ask yourself.
Yeah, and I think that's where you start, obviously.
And that is definitely where you start.
So before you start looking at different iPads or whatever, look at what you do and what you want to do, and then take it from there. And if you guys want tips or us to recommend something, just hashtag us or tag us in your sketches or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Or write to us on this episode.
Yeah, and ask us straight. How do you say? Face to face, straight up.
No, but just comment on this episode post. Or something. Write anywhere the fuck. You don't have to.
Because Elias has worked enough with the iPad to see straight away if that would be possible to do with an iPad. I've never used the iPad, so I'm not sufficient in that area. I've tried it a couple of times and I know a bit, but we'll do our best to help you guys out, because we don't want you guys paying for something that you're not going to be able to use.
Yeah, and we're not going to recommend it. Just because I've done work with Microsoft doesn't mean I'm going to recommend just that, because it might not be, like I said, for you.
Yeah.
It all comes down to what kind of technical person are you? How tech savvy are you? I would never recommend the Surface Pro to my mom, because she'd be calling me every fucking 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And maybe then the iPad would be sort of more something for my mom if she was drawing,
Finger painting.
Yeah. So just think about your requirements. And the iPads can do a lot, but they can't do it all. They do have vector-based programs in them. I can't remember the names at the top of my head, because I've been using the iPad since 2011 or maybe even earlier, 2010 maybe. I don't remember. But whenever the 2 came out, the iPad 2, I've had that. I've had the iPad Air, and I've had this now the new one, the Pro thingamajig. That isn't even new anymore. But it all comes down to, like we said, how are you going to use them?
Yeah.
So try to think about that. Do you need a separate tablet, or do you already have a tablet? Might it be more for you to invest in a good computer? Do you want a computer/tablet that can turn into a Cintiq, on a stationary computer that is more powerful than the mobile studio from Wacom might be the choice for you? All these are things to consider. Yeah. If you're not going to travel a lot, then maybe these super light computers aren't for you.
No.
I've managed to push all of these devices pretty far. But I think my expertise sort is iPad and Surface, though.
Yeah.
I've had the Companion 1 and 2. Super good. But for me, they don't work because of their size. So for me, size will always be an issue. I don't want to lug anything around.
No. But that is not an issue for me, I said. I still use it. I think it's great.
Yeah, and I think that is a good thing that you said before.
Yeah.
Sort of if you have a destination with it, it's fine. It's not a problem at all.
Exactly.
It's half an hour there, or fuck it.
Yeah, because I used to lug around my MacBook and tablet.
So did I. Yeah. 2006, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
It still worked. I had no issues with it. Because I was so used to it, so it wasn't any hassle. It's only when you started using the newer stuff that you were like, oh, fuck, this is beautiful.
Not me.
But I am gullible that way. I've always been.
Yeah,
I work with what I got, and I'm just always happy. So, yeah. All right.
Okay, so now we're getting the question from Julia. Do we prefer to draw digitally or traditionally? And I know your answer.
I draw in the nude.
All right, that's another way of doing it. But traditional or digital in the nude?
Well, it depends on if the camera's on the computer or not.
Okay.
No, I am a traditional dude, full on traditional.
Okay.
I'm starting to get back into the digital now a little bit, just because I have my new computer.
You do every now and then?
Yeah, I have my relapse.
Yeah, totally get you.
But no, traditional all the way. Like I love the feel of paper. I love the smell of the
Markers?
Copics or
Yeah.
the lead pens or whatever it is. You know, getting dirty fingers from working way too much,
Yeah.
hurting, and just being dizzy from working with spray cans or whatever it is. I love it. Because I am a hands-on type guy like that. I feel that digital stuff almost feels like you're in a hazmat outfit, you know? Like,
Yeah.
you're you know, one of those white rooms with no bacteria or anything, and you're like trying to replicate something. But, yeah, I don't know. It's weird to explain how I feel about it, but...
I don't know, man.
There's this gap.
For me, there is no gap. Like, for me, they're yin-yang. Yin and yang, you know, like... Like, I don't want to do the one without the other.
No.
Like, when I do digital, I sort of want to catch the thing that I can do with traditional.
Yeah. Same here.
And I sort of want, like, for me, it's symbiosis. Like, like what I create there, then I can sort of, like, take it and just paint over it digitally. And I still get that same enjoyment. Like, for me, there is no difference. Sometimes I feel for traditional, I do traditional. I feel for digital, I do digital. Like, it's like Mac or PC or Mac. It does not matter.
Here's a thought.
Sorry. No worries.
But have you thought about that? Like, how often when you paint digitally are you trying to replicate traditional? Is it every time?
Nope. Have you seen my work?
Yes.
It's very high render digital.
Yeah.
So I don't.
But for me, it is. Like, pretty much 100%. I always try to replicate digital stuff. Traditional stuff, sorry.
I do that every now and then.
Yeah. But it's just funny because I've never thought about it until now. And I'm like...
Okay, yeah.
Fuck. So, I mean, I am 100% traditional in that sense. It's only that I can work with both.
No, I love both, actually. Like, they both have value to me. Like, I skipped out of traditional for a while that we talked about on one episode or other.
Yeah.
Or several. And I think what I love about them is that when you guys started doing digital and I sort of found my way back to it, and like we've mentioned a million times, is that I could transfer my digital sort of learnings into the actual traditional medium. And now they're sort of like, my digital work looks a lot like my traditional, and vice versa.
Exactly.
And I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
Because that is always something that I've sort of felt like, for a while, my traditional was garbage and my digital was better. And then my digital and my traditional, they sort of caught up to each other. And now I can jump sort of in between them and people won't know the difference.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yeah, I love that too. Because I have I don't know if you remember the Fight Club poster that I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's down in the studio. And there's a lot of people asking what pens I used when I drew that.
That is awesome.
And that's like the biggest compliment you can get.
Even
like, though, like, if you look at it, you would see straight away that it's
definitely. Yeah, but I think
because of the gray background and all this. Yeah. But even Josh like made a comment.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Oh, Josh.
But the lighting is pretty bad down there.
yeah, definitely. We'll pretend.
Yeah, but I mean, and that was really like, I just gave myself a little high five and like, fuck yeah. Okay,
mental five, bro.
Yeah.
But, yeah, actually, we got a question as well about how do we photograph our work?
Yeah, how do we photograph our work? I just use my iPhone.
First, I take up camera and then...
It depends what you're going to do. Because when I did my Star Wars piece, I photographed it with a system camera.
Yeah,
one of those.
like
it was
DCLR.
Yeah,
camera,
my girlfriend's camera, because she's a dancer and she needs to be able to like video and photograph all her stuff. So I used one of those and I tried to light it as well as I could. My apartment sucks because we only have like yellow lighting, so it's very dim. It's really difficult to get it good. And then just try to tweak as much as I could in Photoshop and this and this. But normally, yeah, I just use my iPhone camera.
Yeah.
Take a pic.
Same here.
There you go.
But I do have some tips since we're talking art tools.
I also scan, must say.
Yeah, terrible. Never scan.
But it's good. It works.
Just become a good artist and just fucking redraw it on your computer. no, I'm just kidding. Something I was gonna say about taking photographs. If you really, yes.
Sorry, man. If you really,
yeah, no, but I can't. Okay, something that's really good to invest some cash in. It can cost I think the price can vary, but I think they start at like $100. Might not be like something that everyone can buy, but buying daylight lamps. I don't know what the fuck they're called in English, really.
Oh yeah,
dagslampa.
Yeah, we have that in the studio. It's good.
Yeah, the light is a bit more sort of natural light. It's still not daylight because whoever the fuck replicates that is a fucking expensive lamp.
Oh yeah,
but you can get sort of close and maybe buy multiple ones depending on the type you buy, like 2 smaller ones or like a big one, depending on how you sort of like you want to balance out your light.
And for people in Sweden, I think they have them at Clas Ohlson actually. They're the ones that we have in the shop. And they're,
really?
Yeah,
okay.
they're good. And you get the, I mean, it's a white light.
No, it is a whiter light. Yeah, it doesn't sort of get, because normally the lamps that you have, like I don't even know what they have inside them nowadays. Yeah, but I don't know if they still do that.
Probably not.
Who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Normal lamps have a yellow cast, whereas these lamps are a bit more white and pure in their light.
Yeah.
And it's so worth investing. I personally haven't yet, but it's in my to-do list. So when I start the company, I'll buy them and chug them in there.
Mom's bitch.
You know it. And yes. No, but it's a really good investment. You can get like in Sweden, wintertime, if you can sort of time the daylight that we have, like I'm not kidding you.
You have a 5-minute window.
Pretty much. Like at 2:00, it starts getting dark. Like we're talking PM. 2:00. What the fuck, Sweden? And then it goes dark in like a matter of like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So like if you go to work early, you will miss daylight entirely.
Yeah.
If you work like 9 to 5, there is no daylight for you.
No.
And it's kind of depressing, so have one of those lamps carry you around, or follow you around.
Just have it on always.
So daylight lamps are awesome.
That's actually a really good tip.
Julia agrees.
Yeah.
How about the lighting?
Right on, Julia. Yeah. Robert is tired.
Yeah. So photographing your work, make sure you have a good light source. And especially if you're doing sort of light sketches, because shit won't show. And there's nothing worse than looking at really, really, really... Like, once your pictures start getting grainy, and that grain is not really sort of adding anything to your work, it just makes it look even less readable. Don't post that shit, okay? Don't post it. It's not worth it. Like, wait until the next day. Take a proper picture if you need to.
Yeah.
But... if you're eager, do like Robert. Don't give a shit.
Exactly. That's good. I don't have to say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but that's the thing. Yeah, because normally I finish my sketches late at night and it's pitch black and all I have is the fucking yellow light. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to take the flash on with my cell phone because that looks even worse.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
I can't even do that.
Sorry for all the yellow lighted pictures. I always try to adjust them as much as I can, but... yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah.
It's the sketch. It still looks pretty good. Sometimes the yellow light actually hides all the faults that I've done. So, yeah.
Agreed. But I think that covers sort of the digital part and how to photograph your work. So get daylight lamps. Like, if you know what the fuck they're called, comment somewhere.
Yeah.
Or if you have a specific like lamp brand, whatever, that you sort of recommend.
Yeah.
Sketchbook Heroes, that shit.
Hit us up.
Yeah. Sketchbookheroes.com. Yeah. Should we jump to traditional?
Yeah.
Just
let
a couple of tools? Cause...
I wanted to do the Super Mario jump sound, but I couldn't.
Shut your mouth. Yeah, that's Super Mario for it. No worries, Fatali 19.
I have no idea what he's talking about. I just...
Names.
Yeah.
We're live streaming this, or I am. We didn't introduce ourselves this time. I hope you can differentiate our voices.
Yeah, challenge. Who is who?
Who are you?
Who are you? Who are you?
I am me.
I am
Who are
me.
you?
You are you? No, he is you.
I am me.
I am me.
That's the only good thing about that movie, I think. And I don't even think it's funny when you watch it. It's just when you think about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, just to jump into traditional stuff. Damn.
I've got that stuck in my brain.
Okay.
Traditional. So, I mean, we've covered traditional multiple times. I'm just going to say Purpose Sketchbook. Yeah.
Purpose Sketchbook. Cool.
Buy it. We're done.
Yeah.
Good night.
No, but I would say traditional stuff. Again, it comes down to sort of what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what type of art do you do? How do you sort of deliver it to your clients? The only sort of thing to keep in mind when sort of selling art is, or working with art, if you want them to last, just make sure that your colors are light fast. Okay? Like Copics. It's awesome to draw with Copics. They're not light fast for shit. There might be some smartass out there that knows some sort of like protective spray you can put on them to sort of UV protect them.
Yeah,
because
give us a tip if you do.
Yeah, and just to break down that light fast thing, we've mentioned it and we've explained it. But since people don't listen to all the episodes, we'll just cover it again.
Yeah. I'm sorry for my stomach if you keep hearing it.
Holy dicks, yeah.
Yeah.
But usually it doesn't get like post edit. It usually like it's harder to sort of notice those things.
Yeah.
So Robert's belly is speaking to us. It's trying to say light fast means that the colors will fade when exposed to UV light, I guess.
Yeah.
And UV light is what the sun casts.
Yes. So if you have a
nice,
painting,
Julia. She's writing holy dicks. I guess that's something I said just a while back.
Yeah, that's what you say all the time.
Exactly. Bag of dicks.
Bag of dicks, holy dicks, chicken scratch.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So if you have a painting that you've drawn, you have it up on the wall. The sun keeps moving across that painting all day, every day for a couple of years. That painting will slowly
fade.
It's going away.
Yeah. So Copics are not ideal,
but they actually work great on the Purpose paper. I've noticed because
it's closed.
We have the framed picture of that I did for the tattoo shop.
Yeah, but your tattoo shop does not let in the sun, does it now?
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It's standing in the window with the sunlight on it every day.
Okay,
so
cool.
It actually it makes it last. So again, a win for Purpose. Seriously, what can't they do? It's amazing.
Yeah, we can't recommend them enough, and they're not even sponsors. What the fuck, Purpose?
Yeah.
No.
So I had to say it.
Yeah, but make sure, like, whether it's sort of oil paints, watercolor, schmuttercolor, pan pastels. I know that pan pastels are actually light fast. I think I mentioned it on that episode even.
Yes, you did.
And just make sure they're light fast if you're going to sell them to people, so you don't fucking sell them crap, you know.
Yeah.
And
an iPhone.
And maybe if you're gonna do like what do you call it? Professional work.
Yeah.
Let's call everything you sell professional work.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure the paper and sort of the paper and the thing material that you use on it.
Yeah.
Will sort of complement each other in a nice way.
Yes. And I mean, sometimes this is hard to know.
I'm not very good with paper myself. Don't get me wrong. I have no paper to recommend that I think is like, oh, this paper is so good, because I have no fucking idea. Yeah. And I usually don't sell traditional work, so
no,
I don't give a shit. I can't know it all.
But it's really interesting because, I mean, if you look at all the old, like the Renaissance painters and all of these, they last. And nobody knows how the fuck they made those colors, because they sort of made those colors themselves. They do know. But today, we can't replicate it. We can't do that because today's oils, they don't last.
Yeah, but that's because they're not poisonous anymore.
Exactly. Bring
So
back the fucking poison. Famous last words.
Yeah.
This tastes like poison.
And then you'll start earning the big dough, but you'll be dead. So, problems that need solving. How do we get poisoned without dying?
This wine tastes like arsenic.
Oh, wait. It's very thick for wine. So, moving away from that stuff, more artsy stuff. Yeah.
Traditionals.
Yes. And another question that keeps coming up.
What pens do you use?
What pens do you use? Yeah. All that stuff. It all comes down to, what are you fucking comfortable with? What is the end game? And if you know those questions, I think it's always simpler. Like, should I use an HB pencil or should I use this pencil?
Try both.
What are you going to do about, like, what is your goal? Is it just going to be those pencils?
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to use, H6 to B6? Like, do I need that whole pen range?
No.
No.
I've used, because I don't know how many of those cases with different HBB.
I only have two, and I've never used them.
Like, if you open it up, you can see one that's like worn down to the nib, and that's the HB. And then maybe I've tried like an F or something. But HB, that worked perfectly for me. For all these years, I haven't had not even the urge to even try the other ones. I should. Like, because I really enjoy doing, like, graphite portraits and stuff. Well, now not so much, because they do reflect a lot. So, like, if you do a portrait...
that's why I don't like graphite at all.
Yeah, because they get that shine. Mm-hmm. And it's really annoying after a while. So now, like, if I do any type of portrait like that, I would go more charcoal. And that's also, like, really fun to explore and experiment with, because you can do a lot of cool stuff with charcoal if you...
Just you don't suck at it.
The patience, because you can use it as a powder, and you can use it as an actual pen, and you can paint with a brush, and it's so nice.
Sure, I'll take your word for it. Yeah. I hate charcoal. I was going to say it.
Caricature.
I
hate caricatures.
No, but I hate, like, charcoal, and I've said that on a previous episode as well. I love that I remember shit like that, but I can't remember the important stuff that my wife tells me.
Neither can I.
Yeah.
I think my wife is heading out to Greenland this week. Yeah. So,
and I'm going to Barcelona tomorrow. Boom!
Fuck
no,
you.
not tomorrow. Wednesday. Sorry.
Wednesday. That's when she's going to Greenland. Maybe you're going.
Yeah.
Hope
but
not.
so regarding like what pencil, it all comes like if you're a starter, like I am just taking my first artist steps. Just fucking grab a pen, okay? Just grab whatever the fuck is closest to you, whether it be crayon or super advanced high technological pencil from Rotting or whatever the fuck the brand is. I couldn't remember anything. It doesn't matter. Really, it doesn't matter. If you suck, you'll suck with both. Yeah. And if you're really good, you'll be good with both. Like I can take my kids' crayons and do a portrait. Yeah. It sounds like a challenge, doesn't it?
It does.
It does sound like a challenge.
There you go. Go for it. But yeah, no,
might do that.
That's the way it works. Like, because everything you do is gonna help you improve in the long run, and the more stuff you try.
Killed my battery.
Oh, yeah, save it. The more stuff you try, the more you're gonna understand about how you create stuff, and you might find this epic, super technique that you would never ever have known, or anybody else in the world might even know.
Yes.
Like, maybe you accidentally crush one of your kids' crayons and then they smudge it out, and it becomes like this epic texture or whatever. Just go crazy.
And I've also gotten the response like, "Oh, well, kid crayons, they're so thick, and get bigger paper." Yeah, simple stuff.
There you go.
Have a problem, make a solution.
Yeah, go big.
Go bigger.
Easy.
Shh. Don't say it.
I didn't say anything.
Don't think about it.
You thought about it.
Don't go there.
Oh, I will go there. All day. All day.
Dark side. Try not to, like, if you're starting out, don't get focused on your sort of tools, like, too much. Like, sure, buy a worthy computer if you're going to do that. But, I mean, when it comes to pencils and shit, don't invest too much money. Buy the cheapest markers, buy the cheapest pencils.
Work your way up.
And work your way up. You will start getting a preference for things. It's like, I know some of the artists, I think some artists don't like Copics because they sort of like...
Bleed?
Bleed, but they're a bit like... the flow is very sort of the pen, whereas cheap markers maybe sort of are a bit more friendlier. Like it doesn't require you to be as confident.
Yeah, okay.
But it's still like minimalistic sort of differences.
Yeah.
Like if you compare them, but I think it's mostly that the way that you paint. Like we just like
No,
paint,
but I've had that like problem many times. I mean, that's how I actually developed my technique with the whole drippy, that sort of look, because...
Dude, I told you not to go there. Someone here on the chat went there.
Really?
Like, that's what she said.
Ah, there you go.
Thank you.
But
thank you, Naveed.
No,
Bakar.
Because if you buy a new set of Copics, then they're gonna be filled to the brim.
I was like, a new set of cocaine, yes?
Yes. But so when you start using them, a few might drip. Like, so it could be a good idea to, like, before you start, like, say I'm going to use the C4 for the first time, not the explosive, let's say C3 for the first time, I would just have a little piece of paper on the side and use it a little bit first so you can see, okay, like, now it's not dripping anymore, in case you're worried about ruining your piece.
Yeah.
But for me,
penis.
like, that, again, that's what I'm saying. Like... Thankfully, I couldn't hear what you were saying there. Major insult, I hope.
No, you said peace, I said penis.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Major penis.
Major penis.
Major penis.
Hey, move on.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's how I developed my technique
Yeah.
with the whole splatter thing. Because I was using Copics that splattered and it just created a really nice little effect. And I'm like, fuck, that's awesome. Like, I want to reproduce this. And then I set off on that adventure, and that's my style now. So, geotrash. Hashtag geotrash. That's my what I do.
Good.
Check it out.
I agree.
Yes.
That's why sketchbooks come in handy as well.
Yes.
That's where you should do all this shit. Like, oh, what happens if I blend these? Oh, shit, it's just garbage.
Yeah.
Or something good.
Exactly.
You will be surprised. Mostly it will be shit.
Yes.
But don't worry about it.
No.
It should
be.
It should be. Like, you don't want to do like professional work and that turns out shit. That's where you sort of use what you know is good and bad. And in the sketchbook, you sort of experiment madly.
Yes.
Like, ruthlessly. You just rip that shit out.
Dibbly-dee-doo.
Super awesome sound effects.
I'm gonna sketch with you.
Oh shit! How long have we been going on? Oh, whoa, bro!
Whoa! What are we doing?
No.
No.
112. This is gonna be the shortest episode ever.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I just want to stand up. Get up, stand up. Don't sit down no more.
I don't know what that means, but I will cut it all out.
I just made up a new song.
But yeah, traditional stuff I think is a bit simpler. There are like a few things to keep in mind. Preference, light fast, and...
size, I guess.
Yeah,
well,
I guess.
No.
But I think it all comes down to sort of habits. Like, it'll sort of grow organically, but don't sort of get caught up in weird shit like, oh, well, what pencil should I... It doesn't matter. Like, we've said this before.
Yeah.
Just try to sort of get light fast products. It doesn't have to be like, start with the cheaper stuff and work your way up and then experiment with brands. You know, like if you have a friend that uses super excellent watercolor or, you know, like oil paints, if he's one of those people, like, try them out.
It's all good, well and good when you ask us what pencil did you use for that and
totally
that
fine.
image.
We
Like,
don't really mind.
We always make fun of people doing this, but
we also did that.
Yeah, exactly, and we still do sometimes. Like if we find something, you're like, oh, that looks cool. Like, so what pencil is that, bro? Yeah, bro.
But it's for a different reason.
Yes.
That's like, there are different types of pencils. You might want to try the brush pen that I use. That is totally fine.
Yeah.
But when it's like a pencil
than
an actual fucking HB pencil.
Exactly.
It's most likely an HB pencil. I don't use pencils,
yes.
but yeah.
Yeah, most likely.
But usually it's always just a basic pencil. And I think that traditional art isn't that tricky unless it's like oils that I personally know nothing about.
Yeah, same here.
There's tons of brands, but I think that's sort of where Google is your friend. Like if you don't have an oil preference, any sort of fucking oils will sort of do.
Just buy the cheapest one and try it.
Yeah, because I think it's not worth buying oils for like $70, dollars or like $100.
That's what my mom does.
And then you don't fucking care about it ever.
Yeah.
I think it's worth, like, when I bought markers for the first time, I bought the cheapest shit ever, like 25, what was it, like $2.50.
Pro markers. Or,
yeah, I think I think it was another brand as well. Just buy the cheapest shit. Try it out. You like it? Does it work for you?
Awesome.
Work with it for a while.
Yeah.
You'll discover more expensive markers. Is there a difference?
Exactly.
Does your dollar marker like differentiate at all from your $4 marker? I don't think they do.
No.
The only benefits I see that sort of Copic has, for example, that is like $6 a marker, depending on where you buy it, of course, is that you can refill them.
Yeah.
Like they are everlasting in that sense.
And you buy quality.
You buy quality, and also the refills, they last for fucking ever.
Yeah, we covered this before too. But seriously,
have you ever bought a new refill? Like,
no.
I'm still on my first refill on all of them.
I have bought new refills, but I haven't opened those yet.
No, but that's what I mean. Like, I back
prepared.
up.
Yeah,
exactly. I back up, but I've never really pushed them further. Google is your friend sounds sad.
Nice comment. Yeah. But it's true.
Yeah, it is very sad.
Yeah. So traditional stuff, explore, go crazy, do whatever. Find your material, I think is what we're saying. Don't expect to find go for the magical pen straight away just because Ilias is using that super fancy whatever it is.
It's not the pen that's magic, it's me.
It's you. Yeah, it's all in you. Everybody is everything. Yeah, Big Bang.
Big bang, boom, bada bang.
That's actually cool if you think about it.
Shut your mouth.
We all come from the same thing.
Do we?
Because the universe was created with the Big Bang.
Were you in my dad's ballsack?
I was.
That is very disturbing.
Yes, you said it. That's your brain. But yeah, no, everything is from the Big Bang. It's cool. We're actually made out of star stuff. So yeah, come to Huckleberry. We talk very crazy galaxy stuff.
And a man with a
Huckleberry
starboard,
tattoo, Blekinggatan, Skalstull, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth. Let's continue.
Let us continue.
I am the Dragon Warrior, according to someone.
The Dragon Warrior. Iron Fist up your ass.
Okay, we need to get serious. God damn it. You people are ruining this. We're going to wrap this episode up, I think. Try to keep it short.
You don't want to do a retro or anything?
You wanted to go home, that's why I'm saying.
Yeah.
So since sick wife that's
sick
leaving
wifey.
for Greenland.
Yes.
So
we've talked about the digital, and we're not going to really go back to that.
No.
So traditional stuff.
No, I can actually summarize everything without mentioning traditional or digital. No, what I mean is, before you start, ask yourself the questions. What am I going to use it for? What are sort of my clients or my personal preferences sort of, like, what do I do the most as an artist? Like, do I want to do digital? Do I want to sort of draw traditional? Do I do this type of traditional art or this type of digital art? And sort of like, do I have a tablet or do I want to go like mobile like Ilias does because he's awesome? There are tons of questions to sort of ask yourself regarding your own sort of style.
Is
and
Ilias awesome?
What you do, and also would Ilias approve? And I think if you ask yourself sort of like honest questions, you can sort of pin down like one or two options that would be the better choice for you.
Yeah,
I think traditional is really where you can sort of like get away cheaper. Like I'm saying, there are some good art tools that cost fuckload.
Yeah.
But traditional also offers like stuff. I bought gouache for like $5.
Yeah.
And I've never used them. And it's not a problem. $5, you know.
Yeah.
I bought them.
You still have them?
I still have them. And if I ever want to use them, they're dried up. I'll buy another pack. $50? $50? No. But I just mean, try to sort of ask yourself a couple of questions and write them down preferably. Okay, I'm going to do just my own sort of personal work. I just want to doodle. I don't want that, like, I'm not very tech savvy. I'm too dumb to sort of understand that. Like, I'm like Ilya's mom.
Or Robert.
Very simple. Extremely simple if you're like Robert.
No. HB pen. Paper.
What type of HP pen is your HP pen? Which is sort of stereotyping.
What's
Racist.
a computer?
It's a computer?
Computer.
Yeah. So just sort of summarize, write them down. Write down the type of models that sort of fit your needs or art tools, and then sort of decide. And I promise you, like, if you write shit down, it's way easier than keeping, like, track in your head. Like we do with this podcast. Shit gets jumbled fast, and then people are like, "You're the Dragon Warrior! You're the Dragon Warrior!" And then you sort of lose track of everything.
Yes.
So, write them down, and then, yeah, decide.
Yes.
And if you've sort of pinned it down to a couple of models, if you're not able to try them out, write to the Sketchbook Heroes crew, and we will help you out.
Yeah, Dragon Warriors!
Yes, Dragon Warriors!
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. It was like Ronja Rövardotter meets Dragon Warrior. Are you ready for the adventure of a lifetime? I still have some drugs left.
Wee. But yeah, also don't limit yourself. You know, I would recommend you try as much as you can, because that way you're gonna find out what you like and what you don't like, and la 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 la. If you have the time and patience, of course.
Yes, but also some countries, I know that trying out the tech is a bit trickier.
Yeah.
I know in Stockholm you can try like the Surface series and the iPads on like Elgiganten, MediaMarkt.
All major
Dustin here at Sveavägen, and you can also try like that digital like Mac place. I don't fucking know what it's called. Where I bought my iPad. At Kungsgatan, there's like no, but it's not Apple. It's like
Pear,
Digital Life or Go Digital, blah blah blah. They're called something. Digital Inn. That's the one. Digital Inn, I think they're called. I could be totally wrong, but whatever. There are electronic stores that will let you try them, especially if you're in Germany. Then MediaMarkt might be the one for you.
Ja.
Miss Ninja Cookie.
Ist gut.
Ja, Melanie.
Ist gut.
Sehr gut. Ja.
Talking about stereotypes.
Stereotypes. Yeah.
It's
not racist. It's funny.
That's true. It's not racist if it's funny.
If it's funny, right?
Because I think we sort of like. I guess we count as stand-up comedians, right? So we can joke about abortion and everything. All of this stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. It's okay.
Take it from a parent. Don't have kids. Yeah. So you guys on the stream, all three of you, you get the behind-the-scenes sort of inappropriate jokes that we cut out. But yeah.
No, the jokes that he says he's going to cut out, but never does.
Never does, yeah. But I think keep it simple. If you have the opportunity to try them out, just fucking dive in there and just try it all.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, but usually it's not an option for everyone. Like, especially on like smaller sort of, like smaller countries or if you live in the country somewhere. But yeah, keep it simple, keep it cheap, but not the electronics part.
No.
Right?
Exactly.
We have about 13 seconds to do this. Now we have 10 because I just said that. Damn it. Oh my god, now we have 8. We love you all and thank you. No! You said 8 seconds, motherfucker!
I did it all for the nookie. So you can take the cookie and stick it up your ass.